Get you over to Brad in the kitchen for Food as Medicine.
All right, good morning, everybody. Look who's back on today's Food as Medicine. Clinical nutritionist and founder of thewholejourney.com. Christa Orecchio is here with what fish are best for your diet. Good morning, Christa. This smells so wonderful.
I stunk up the whole place today.
We had the fan running a minute ago in here because everybody in the newsroom over here was like, what is that fishy smell?
I just want to make sure you're all awake and, you know,
we're awake
sounds
now.
so appetizing.
But all of this stuff really is good for us. This is
well, that's why we're doing it, because fish is a complicated subject these days. You
I'm
know,
not
we've
really
got
a fishy type of guy, but I mean, if it's cooked, I guess, the right way and it doesn't taste so fishy,
right.
I can eat it, but we should be eating more of this, right?
Salmon's not your thing.
Salmon's
You should be eating more of the superstar on the table here is sockeye salmon, wild sockeye salmon. But I want to talk about the difference between wild and farm-raised fish because
I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah.
like two totally different things, Brad.
Okay.
And none of us should be eating farm-raised fish.
Ooh, why?
And so when you go to a restaurant, you have to ask or you have to look and see where it comes from. Because farm-raised fish, they're raised in very close quarters, so they have to give them antibiotics because they're so crowded
it's
to
like
prevent
the chicken
disease.
thing in cows, too. The same thing, right?
It's the same thing. They also give them pesticides to prevent sea lice. The pesticides that they give farm-raised salmon, when wild salmon are exposed to it accidentally, it kills them.
Holy cow.
It's a pretty big deal, and so I just want to bring light to that. You know, salmon and sea bass, cod, catfish, these are all the most, and tilapia. No one should be eating tilapia. It's a dirty, pro-inflammatory fish.
Really?
Those are the 5 that you cannot eat farm-raised.
That's a great thing to do. If you go to a restaurant, make sure you ask.
Gotta
farm raised or from the wild. That's wonderful. Okay, let's talk about some myths out there and some other things going on. Fukushima, the radiation. People are actually going down to the beach and stuff and where fish are with Geiger counters.
They are, yeah, to
Really?
check the radiation because this was all over the media after Japan and Fukushima about radioactive isotopes in the tuna. And so when I researched it, the University of Texas studied this pretty well, and they said that it's the dose that determines toxicity. And you'd have to eat 14 to 22 pounds of fish to get a toxic amount of radiation.
Oh, wow,
so that's the research, which is kind of nice. However, you do have to worry about mercury in tuna because Pacific bluefin and ahi are the highest in mercury.
We're the lowest in. Let's go to the flip side then.
Okay, so the lowest in mercury,
We know
the
the high.
best 5 fish for you
Okay.
are here, represented. So wild sockeye salmon, you don't have to
Yes.
worry about wild salmon and radiation, wild salmon and mercury at all.
Okay.
And then we also have king salmon. I've got a lovely trout here stinking up the place. And then
Is that the culprit right there?
it is.
The trout?
And it's the trout and it's the cod and then the clams. I know that they're stinky, but they're very easy to clean. You open them, you cook them in white wine and butter. This is probably the 5 top fish to consume. I love sea scallops. You don't have to worry about mercury at all, but again, you see they have to be wild.
Oh, there it is. That's right there. So as we go into the store, you know, say like Whole Foods that sells fish like this, so what do we look for? Do we look for anything in particular? Like you're saying right here, the farm versus the wild?
Well, this is a local company, the Bristol Bay Salmon Company. They are in Hillcrest Farmers Market.
Oh, wow, okay.
They're at the Little Italy Farmers Market, and they're probably the highest quality salmon for the best value. And so, because it can be expensive, right? So they also are, my 4 favorite restaurants that carry this salmon are going to be Sea and Smoke in Del Mar, then Urban Solace downtown, Solace in the Moonlight Lounge up in my hood in Encinitas, and Fish 101.
Oh, wow,
so they
okay.
have the wild Bristol Bay. They also sell salmon jerky. I don't know if you've ever had that.
No, I didn't know they had such a thing.
Go for
you
it.
can eat it anytime like that?
Yeah, go for it. 9 a.m. Salmon jerky. They make lox. They make smoked salmon.
Wow, that's good.
Do you like it as a guy who doesn't like fish? You like that?
I really do, yeah, because it doesn't
Okay.
really taste fishy.
That's
Just like
awesome.
jerky, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, good to see you this morning. Thanks. This is all fantastic news here.
My
I mean, this
pleasure.
is great stuff. Christa offers online coaching on our website, The Whole Journey. We posted that link on our website. It's fox5sandiego.com. Just click on the Seen On tab if you want to get a hold of her. This is wonderful, and I'm going to look for the sockeye salmon. Guys, back to you.
Sockeye
Sockeye
salmon.
salmon.
All right. Just
See how he did
sockeye
that?
salmon. Just throw it. Just chuck that sockeye salmon.